Welcome back, ladies and gents. This is Kid Fox, and we are back with Devil May Cry 2. And now we are actually on the Lucia disc. And I actually did play through this earlier today, and it only took me about 2 hours to beat it. So I thought we might as well just beat it for the sake of saying, hey, we've beaten everything Devil May Cry. You know, not the Virgil campaign of 3, or the Virgil campaign of 4, or the Lady and Trish campaign of 4, considering those are literally the exact same as the main game. Same bosses, same puzzles, same areas, same everything. One for one, just playing as a different character. This is the only thing that's new and different that we haven't done on this channel yet. So with that being said, let's completely finish off Devil May Cry.
In a time long since past, in an age of darkness, when the earth was overrun with demons who were powerless under their rule, humanity's hope lived in a demon named Sparda. With a spirit unlike any other, and wielding the sword that bore his own name, Sparda eradicated the demons. And now, the legend of Sparda has been inherited by his son, the demon slayer, Dante.
Hey Zach, I guess I can go ahead and talk over this cutscene considering it was already showed in the Dante scenario.
You called?
If people want, I could just skip over the cutscenes that were already showed in Dante's story.
Till next time, son of Sparda.
By the way, I don't know who they got to voice act Lucia, and I don't know if English is her first language, but if it is, then she's not very good at voice acting. Okay, let's get to it. Oh, okay. Remember, I said if I was gonna play this game, you have to watch every single stream. So you gotta watch them at some point. You're legally obligated to. So now, there's no indication that this is what you needed to do, but you basically need to go through the city and collect red orbs to put into that door. Now, this was another thing in Devil May Cry 1, and it never appeared in any other Devil May Cry game ever again, not even Dante's story in 2. But they just throw it in here, you know, for the sake of it. And I say that there's no way that you would know, because in Devil May Cry 1, when they did this exact same thing, the door was red. So when you saw a door with a bunch of red skulls on it, you were like, oh, I need red orbs to open that door. Okay. But here, they're white. And white normally indicates you need to do some sort of puzzle to open the door, not that you need orbs. So that's the first dumb thing, and we've barely even gotten started. And there's already a dumb thing to happen, and I would just need one more red orb. Where's one red orb? I literally need one. Remember, I've only done this once off camera, so if I forget where a couple things are, yeah. Hey, Teseo. Ah, there we go. Alright, now we can move on. By the way, things different about Lucia. She's faster than Dante, and instead of using a gun, she throws knives. Fun stuff. And aside from that, that's pretty much it. She can still Devil Trigger, she can still get all the Devil Trigger upgrades that Dante can. Yeah. Same enemies as usual. Yeah, basically. Hell, if anything, the knives are actually a little better. Because you have more control of them whenever you're up in the air. Though I think, I might be wrong, but I think she starts off with less health. I think. So, considering she's a lot faster and has more efficient ranged weapons, you'd think she'd be more fun to play as. No, this game's still boring. But it may be necessary for the story of DMC5, and I'm a completionist. Not to the highest extent of the word, but, you know, if I love a series, I'd like to beat every game in it. Or at least most of them when it comes to Final Fantasy, because there's so many games in the Final Fantasy series. So yeah, that gold orb there, we're probably going to have that until the very end of the game. Just letting you know that right now. Because on my first playthrough, I didn't use the gold orb until literally the final form of the final boss. Just because I was caught so off guard, because I thought that the final boss only had one form here. No, he's got two. But it's okay. It's K. At first I thought I was going to use the gold orb on Trismagia, but no. Fuck, what's it called? Trying to remember. It's from FF6. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna look up this song from FF6 real quick. I'll just mash triangle. I'm sure I'll hit everything. FF6 Rachel song. Oh, they're all dead, okay. Forever Rachel, that's my favorite. From Final Fantasy VI. I love how I could just look at my phone and mash triangle and I kill every single enemy without taking a single hit of damage. That's my favorite thing ever. Oh! Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah. So, it becomes apparent after a while that you're basically following behind Dante. Some doors that you would normally have to unlock, he's already unlocked. Some bosses that you would normally have to kill, he's already killed. But for some reason, some bosses he's already killed, you still have to fight. For some reason. And some bosses he should have killed, he didn't. Like one of them in the tower that we'll be seeing later. Like, he started the game at the top of that tower. Don't you think he would have killed that boss? Jesus Christ, that enemy is so annoying. Yeah. She just does a bunch of useless shit, basically. Oh, and she has to fight Phantom again, too. So, I'd say Phantom is probably the boss in the Devil May Cry series you fight the most times. If you want to count him inside of Argosax, as well as him inside of Nightmare, as Phantom boss fights, as well as the optional boss fights when he's chasing you in the hallway. Throughout the Devil May Cry series, you fight Phantom 8 times. Basically. 8 times. Here are the Savage Golems. Here they do have an introductory cutscene. Yeah, basically. Except he only appears in 2 of the games. And as far as reoccurring enemies, I think those would be the Blades, because the Blades actually appear in this campaign. I don't think they appeared in Dante's. I'm pretty sure they didn't appear in Dante's at all. But yeah, they appear in Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 4, and Lucia's story in Devil May Cry 2. We'll see them once we get to the fucking underwater levels, the worst part about this game. I know, how was I able to narrow it down, right? Yeah, I didn't ever check over here for any items. This would be a nice place to put a secret item, which is exactly why they didn't put a secret item over here. Best place to put a secret item is right out in the open, because looking's hard. Alright. I think, yep, we can get our first blue orb. Yeah. Or just in plain sight. Just completely in plain sight. So, same mini-boss as Dante's campaign. Except just a different area. Same strategy, too. There we go. So now she's got the aerial heart. And this is Lucia's devil trigger. Yeah. Though just like Devil May Cry 4, they decided not to finish it. Shit. Okay. Oh, I see a blue orb fragment. I never saw that before. Piss off. There we go. Piss off. I have no idea how to get that fucker. Who cares? Shit, lovely camera. I could just do this. And a red orb farmer. We're coming up on our first boss, by the way. This game. Or the underwater levels in this game. Yeah, we'll be seeing that in a little bit. Oh, you mean like Nier Automata? Yeah, that's why I didn't play that fucking game a lot. Because what I did play, I did not enjoy a lot. I have no idea why it got such high ratings when it came out. Oh wait, shit. I should probably go back down here and fill up my DT. Oh, I've never heard of that in my life. But yeah, Nier Automata is another example. So remember that one boss we fought as Dante about halfway through the game? Yeah, it's back, except now it's blue. What else is different? Fucking nothing, that's what. Actually, except it's weaker. It's weaker than the other one, because I don't think this one spawns enemies. And it doesn't spawn lasers either. So we'll DT him. The knives aren't doing a ton of damage. Let's just cut him. And you see, we're stunning him a lot here. stunning the shish out of him. Not a lot to this boss fight, really. Just like pretty much every boss in this game. Hardly anything to it. Fuck. There we go. Yeah, I've never even heard of that series before. I think this will be our final blue orb fragment. Nope, second to final, never mind. Alright. We're close to our first purple orb.
Where's Mathieu? Mathieu? Mathieu?
Good grief. They really made a big mess, didn't they? It sure took him a while to find this place. Oh, you have arrived, son of Sparta.
You knew him?
Oh, yes. We are the guardians of this land, Vidumali. Our clan once fought against the demons with Sparta, son of Sparta. We must ask this favor of you. You see, there's a man who's transformed our land into a demon's paradise. His name is Arius. And although he is the president of an international public corporation, he uses the demon power. Please, deal with Arius and his master for us.
Looks like it's your lucky day.
Wonderful! I am very pleased. It leads to a harbor. If you are successful, I will tell you a story about your father, son of Sparta. Did you obtain the other Arcanus, my dear? Here is the baston. Now we have only one piece remaining. I believe that it is in the ruin.
I know.
Okay. So we're gonna be here for a little while. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking about a part later on. Never mind. Okay, that's how much the purple orb costs. And same thing as with Dante. Same exact thing. Don't even bother dodging, just move side to side. Because the recovery time for the dodge animation will make you get hit. Alright. Shit. Pick those up. Alright, so we got new swords. These are basically longer swords. Stuttgart, is that like a... Is that like a food? I would like to visit Germany if I ever get the money. Someday. Really want to go. Maybe somewhere cold. Oh, a city. Oh, okay. Boom, free blue orb. I didn't even know that was up there, I just took a guess. Hopefully I can find a blue orb fragment soon, then we'll get another blue orb. Yeah, Team Little Devil made the first game, but Capcom gave it to another developer for the second. And I believe they brought in Hideaki Itsuno near, like, the very end. It was either Hideaki Itsuno or Kamiya that they brought in to fix the game near the end, and as you can see, they didn't entirely fix it, but I hate to think of what the original looked like before they brought them in. But yeah, the people who made this game never made another Devil May Cry, thankfully. Hey, Adam. What's up? Oh shit. Blue orb fragment, I think I see. Wait, why can't I fly up there? What the fuck? Why can't I fly up there? Yeah, exactly. Now go down, go down, go down. Alright, perfect. Good. Blue orb. Yeah. And then they didn't even bring him in on the project until it got so bad they needed him to fix it. Yeah, because at least I don't think Konami fired, or I don't think Capcom fired, like, Team Little Devil or anything. Like they fuck over developers for games like Silent Hill and Metal Gear. Though now Kamiya's making like Bayonetta and shit. Making a shit ton of Devil May Cry references. Oh, no, no, no. EA is a million fucking times better than Konami. Way better. At least EA makes games. Konami doesn't even make games anymore. They may not make good games, but at least they make games. And they may not, you know, do good things with the series they have, but at least they make games for said series. Konami doesn't even make games for their series anymore. Oh shit. Yeah, exactly. Those are the only like games they make, and the only purpose they serve is for, you know, the really, really good-looking CGI cutscenes from those pachinko machines, like the Metal Gear Solid 3 one and the Devil May Cry, the Devil May Cry one. Where we get to see, like, Dante and Virgil and Trish and Lady and, you know, Snake and Volgan and Boss and all them looking like PS4 graphics. Anyway, yeah, this was the boss I was talking about. Dante already killed this boss, but we gotta fight it for some reason. Oh. There we go. Now we should be pretty much good. Okay. Now we get in. Devil trigger. And rinse and repeat. Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, the boring Hydra boss, exactly. That even has the word joke in its name. You know, somebody needed to tell these devs that just because it's Japanese doesn't mean that we need to have a hentai boss. Yeah, at least, again, yeah, Sega makes games. I mean, I'm not exactly a fan of Sega's games, but, I mean, they make games. I'll give them that. Oh, green orbs. We need a lot of series to see a revival. Oh yeah, that's like one of the more important things, is for them to respect their fans. Unlike, you know, people like the Star Wars movie making people. That sounds fun. Alright, purple orb. Mission 4. I think, yeah, this is the tank mission. Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, and by the way, new enemy type here. One of the, like, 2 or 3 new enemy types in Lucia's campaign. The Infestants. And guess what? They only appear right here. So, enjoy them while they're alive. And that's it. Rip Infestants. Well, if it's anything like Sharknado, thankfully it's a video game and not like a live-action movie, so, you know, everything is computer-generated. Rather than with Sharknado, it's like you got real people, and then you have awful, you know, 1995 CGI-looking sharks. I just want somebody one day to make, like, a truly over-the-top movie. Like, shit that wouldn't even make sense as, like, some early 90s indie movie. No. Fake boss is doing a little bit of damage. Oh wait, I forgot. I could literally just do this. God damn it, why do I keep trying to treat bosses as if they're real bosses in this game, when I can just do that? Oh yeah, we're about to come up on those. But yeah, I want to see like a truly over the top movie. Like, okay, we got Samuel L. Jackson, right? But Samuel L. Jackson. Oh shit, here we go. Samuel L. Jackson is basically the king alien. You know, like from the Alien series, you have the queen alien. Samuel L. Jackson's basically the queen alien. So then he lays an egg that then works its way into Nicolas Cage. And then so the xenomorph pops out of Nicolas Cage. So it's basically a hybrid of Nicolas Cage and Samuel L. Jackson. And then that hybrid basically gets bitten by a radioactive Tommy Wiseau. So then it becomes Tommy Y. Cage Jackson, who then becomes a samurai and invents a time machine to go back in time and slay Oda Nobunaga. But Oda Nobunaga is rendered with N64 graphics for no reason whatsoever. And then basically Date Masamune eats Sanada Yukimura to become Date Yukimura, so he has 6 spears instead of 6 swords. and then they fight for the rest of the movie, and then once the movie ends, it basically ends with that one mall commercial, like that cringy mall commercial for absolutely no reason, and then that's it. Exactly, yeah. Just a hybrid of Tommy Wiseau, Nicolas Cage, and Samuel L. Jackson, who gets bitten, gets bitten by Tommy Wiseau and then becomes that, and then goes back in time to slay an N64 Oda Nobunaga, who is then slayed by Date Yukimura. It's great. I would love to finance that movie. Oh yeah, he becomes both, exactly. By the way, everyone, that was a boss fight. Fun stuff. You know, I just stood still and mashed triangle for like a minute. That was a boss fight. Same cutscene, different character. Oh, having a great time. It's great. I'll save up for a purple orb. I think we're doing good on health right now. And again, this is Devil May Cry 2. When am I going to be on critical health? Except for, like, twice. By the way, we don't have to fight Bolverk at all throughout this campaign, which is nice, because I could not imagine fighting him with Lucia. And hell, the less of Devil May Cry 2 I have to endure, the better. Come on. Alright. Well, if Mario suddenly had demons, Resident Evil factories, and redhead waifu that I want to sit on my face, then I guess, yeah, this is a Mario game now. Best Mario game, better than Odyssey. I got God of War for my birthday, but I still haven't played it, so I can't really say yet, but I'll let you know when I do. Oh yeah, I'm doing the Lucia story. And yeah, Mario teaches typing, that's like the Citizen Kane of gaming. Easily the best story out of all of them. Okay, now we can move on. I love how they have, like, basically an arrow of red orbs, basically saying, here's where you go. You know, just in case you got lost. Somehow. Okay, now this looks familiar. So we just beat the shit out of this thing until we magically make power in the facility happen. Yep. That's how it works. Oh, and by the way, there's a weapon in here. Forgot about that. I have Pokemon Sun and Moon, but I still haven't played them. Not yet. Maybe at some point I will. Yeah, I really enjoyed Mario Odyssey, though. So, you know, if we get more Mario games like that, I'll be up for them. I'll buy them. The memes. Show me. Oh, okay. Yeah, whenever I do get around to playing it. Wait a minute, I think I saw something. That is a gold orb, but who cares? I have a gold orb, and you can only have one at a time. I love how it expects me to have lost my gold orb by now. Oh man, that Hydra boss. Whew. That'll tax your resources here. We'll have mercy on you. Well, then again, Bowser can't speak English, so it'd probably just sound like... Yeah, Raiden is me when he said that. That's me whenever I see shitty memes. However, Cory in the House is the best meme, and I will defend that with my life. You get like 2 extra bosses, like, I don't know, 3 extra bosses. 3 extra bosses and a few extra stages, but none of the extra stages are good. So other than that, yeah, it's basically the same thing. Oh, and a few different items, obviously. But a lot of the areas are repeated. Speaking of weapons, the darts. I'll keep the knives though, because honestly the darts, they have more range, but the throwing knives are honestly better for one-on-one. Yeah, I mean, I like Doge. I like, ooh, the Electro Heart. Yeah, let's equip that. And I like Cory in the House. That's basically it. Those are the only memes that I really like. The fact that Cory in the House is an anime. And it is. Cory in the House is an anime. For sure. It will always be an anime. The best anime. Better than Code Geass. It's hard to say, but I think I'm finally going to commit and make that stance. I just thought that John Young Bosch was more suited as voice acting Cory than voice acting Lelouch. Yuri Lowenthal also did a very good job as White Dude. I don't know the names of anyone else from that fucking show. Oh yeah, I mean, it kinda does. You already get S-rank combos for doing nothing. Alright, that's cool, Teseo. I'll see you later, man. Oh yeah. And, you know, I forgot who voiced Indian Girl, but I remember she was a voice actress for Casca from Berserk. She always voices the best thick waifus. Satsuki from Kill la Kill. Casca from Berserk. And generic girl character from Cory in the House. Best anime voice actress. Oh, here we go. This part will look familiar. God, what is that fucking noise? It did this exact noise the last time too. I do not know what that weird brum, 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 brum noise is. I don't know if that's supposed to happen. I am the executive of thick waifus. Browser history Chan can confirm that. And my favorite waifu is Heihachi looking motherfucker from DMC2. But if we're being for real, I have no idea what my favorite waifu would be. I don't know, maybe Velvet from Tales of Berseria. Either Velvet or Magilu, but Magilu is just not thick. She's a great waifu, but she's not thick. Velvet is. Slightly different cutscene.
Well, it appears that the defect is back.
Defect?
You are my creation.
Liar!
Thanos killed all the waifus.
My mother.
She merely found you when you were about to be disposed of, and then raised you as a soldier. Is that what you consider to be a mother?
No! I don't believe you.
Look, you have the mark on your shoulder. Proof that you're a mannequin. Kai. That is your real name. Now, give me the Arcanas. With them, my power will be complete, and I will become like the immortal Arnosax. I will achieve absolute wisdom.
Yeah.
And
Slick back, black hair, mustache, soul patch, fucking fur coat, businessman, accent that sounds fake as hell, because I don't think it actually exists. Voice cracks.
and turn on the humans. Accept it.
Alright, so now we get to fight Mothra, but as Lucia this time, which gives me a chance to sing the Mothra theme, which I love doing. Even though I only know some of the lyrics. But just, I mean, look at this boss when we get to it and tell me that it is not trying to be Mothra from Godzilla. I don't know, maybe it's just because I've been watching too much Godzilla. No, I'm just kidding. There's never such a thing as too much Godzilla. Godzilla is the best waifu. If we're talking about which Godzilla, we're talking Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is thick. And powerful. Here we go. Here we go. Mosuraya, Mosura, Dongdan Kasakuyan, Indomu. It's fucking Mothra. Oh yeah, exactly. The king of the fuck. Already getting eaten by one of those assholes. Alright, but instead for... Son of a bitch! But instead for copyright purposes, they called Mothra... Which is, you know, the name for every boss in this game. Alright, so already this is not going great. Lucia's just targeting whatever she feels like. There's a boss in the arena, and there's some useless enemies that I could easily avoid. You know what? I think I'm gonna target those enemies. Yeah. I'm smart. I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no lock-on control. So this is the boss fight. Can't really get close enough to melee her. I'll just call it a her, considering, you know, Mothra's a her. I mean, if I flew, I could melee her. I know, very terrifying boss, right? They just spawn enemies and make gold glitter fall down. Shit. Yeah, that's right. I assumed one of its two genders. I love how when I actually hit it with a bunch of knives, the frame rate dips for just a second. It's like, whoa, we can't handle that. Slow down. I know, because it wasn't fun enough to fight Mothra in the main story. We gotta do it again. Okay. Now it becomes that, but I think it's dead. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's spawning one more, basically. Or two more, basically. For some reason. Oh yeah, exactly. Wait a minute, what were we talking about why the game looks gothic? We just I can't keep track of all the memes. Remember I was talking about Mothra, waifus who don't need no lock-on control. Shit. I wish you could just devil trigger to get out of its mouth. Here we go. I think that it's just one left. Alright. Yep, that's it. Cool. At last.
I was created. That's why I have this ability. Someday I'll attack humans. I have to go.
Someday I will learn how to voice act if Master programs it into my system. Cannot feel emotion shutting down. Okay. So we'll go ahead and grab this, which was shown in the cutscene, thankfully. And a couple of these red orbs. Are you ready for something fun? Underwater missions. Oh yeah, exactly. That's honestly the only thing that I really enjoyed about Nier Automata. I know what you mean. Oh yeah, definitely. Lady is the best Devil May Cry girl. Trish is a good girl, but she just really did not have much character at all. Lady had pretty much everything, which was especially showed in her Devil May Cry 4 costume, and she was actually, funny enough, I thought the most interesting character in DMC3. As much as I love Dante and Virgil, I thought that Lady was easily the most interesting character in DMC3. Because of her inner struggle to trust a demon and accept what her father's become. Ah, the bowgun. So now we can attack underwater, basically. Yeah, I want to equip that. And there was another way we could have gotten the bowgun later, but it's better to get it now. Arkham is the best villain? I don't know. I'd say Virgil. Then again, it's hard to really consider Virgil a villain with how tragic he was. But, you know, relatively speaking, he was technically a villain. Arkham was interesting, though. He just had a bad boss fight. That might be why I feel so... I have, like, hard feelings about Arkham. He just had a really bad boss fight. Yeah. Or I don't know, considering he did help Dante in the end to defeat Arkham, I would honestly say he's more of a chaotic neutral. You know, he attacks the villain and he attacks the hero. But he is an antagonistic force to Dante. So now we have the Aqua Heart, so we can swim a little better. I've never watched not DMC. I've never watched DBZ before, so I'll take your word for it. I mean, I've seen a little bit, so I can get what you're saying. He's like the Venom, basically, if we're talking Venom of the Spider-Man animated series. And I guess of the comics, too, considering, you know, he would attack Carnage as well as attacking Spider-Man. Oh, Carnage will always be my favorite. Think of the damage we can do now, man! So here comes the worst part of the underwater mission. Oh yeah, me too. Well, I mean, they cast Tom Hardy as Venom instead of Topher Grace, so they already made one good decision. By the way, everybody, best villain or best enemy from DMC1 is back. These fuckers. That's their name. They're called Sargasso, but no, they're really called these fuckers. But since it was a T-rated game, they couldn't call them that, so this is their actual name. Oh yeah, I love the Carnage from the Spider-Man animated series. The heck with my word, man. I'm going to take this back. I can't wait to see the horrors Dormammu's going to commit when he gets here. The fuck? Hit him. Hit him with the thing. Oh, fuck it. Devil Trigger. Devil Trigger because I no longer have the patience for these fuckers anymore. Alright. Oh shit. I think there's like a certain order you have to do it or something. Here we go. This part really annoyed me when I first did it. I got so confused because the enemies would respawn, some of the lights would go out, some of them wouldn't. It irritated me so bad, but I get it now. And one more? Wait a minute, what? Where's the last one? Nani? Where's the last one? Ah, shit. Please be in time. Okay, good. Yeah. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man, 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 radioactive Spider-Man. Spider blood, spider blood, radioactive spider blood, spider blood, spider blood, radioactive spider blood. I actually went back and watched that recently. Like, I bought the whole first season. Fucking love it, even still. It's cheesy as hell, but that's what makes it so great. Oh yeah, there were a lot of explosions in that show. A lot of explosions, a lot of lasers, because they weren't allowed to have guns that shoot bullets, because cartoon censorship was really fucking stupid back then. It's like, yeah, have the cops have laser guns. I mean, with Kingpin's bodyguards, it made sense, because Kingpin's, like, really rich, so he could probably afford, like, really high-tech laser guns, which I could believe existing in the Spider-Man universe, but why do the cops have laser guns? It's so dumb. And yeah, right here was another instance where you could get the bow gun. I actually heard so many great things about the X-Men cartoon series, but I never watched it. All I know is the opening, and I went back and listened to the opening, and I love it. It made me wish that I actually did watch it as a kid. Love it. So this boss fight is dumb. I still am not entirely sure if there's any particular strategy for it other than just wait until you can hit him. I've seen somebody fight him and they just like kind of place bombs on the ground. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but fuck it, I'll just switch to the bow. Oh yeah, they I heard a lot about that they were saying basically you need to make this cartoon more kid friendly, otherwise, you know, it's not gonna work. But they're like, no, fuck it, we're gonna make it, you know, for adults too, and it worked. So they took a gamble and they thankfully won. Stan Lee was a true believer in that cartoon series. Yeah, this boss is fucking ugh. He's just like, what? You actually want to do damage? Nah. I'm gonna go invisible. I'm gonna go invisible though, and you can't lock on, by the way. He does one attack. Or two attacks. Yeah, stop swiping me with your tail. bitch. There we go. I am the cunt fish. I'm gonna be a fucking asshole. Jesus Christ. He's so lame. I also hate how even though I have the bow gun equipped, if I go into Devil Trigger and start shooting, I'm throwing knives. You know, I'm not shooting a shit ton of arrows out of the bow gun. No, I'm still throwing knives. Whereas with Dante, when you use your Devil Trigger, it actually works with whatever weapon you have. Here it's like, nah, you don't want that. Jesus Christ. I did so much better the first time I fought this boss. You know, if I need to use a Devil Star, I will. It's just this bitch won't swim fast. How do you have those legs and you cannot swim faster? I'm calling severe bullshit. Fuck. I will beat him though. Like, I'm not worried about that. Judging by his health and my health, I think I'm good. God. It's like you have to know ahead of time when he's gonna attack before he even tries. Like right there, I was non-stop swimming. Even before he gave the signal he was gonna attack, and I still got hit. I don't know what you meant to do. There we go, now he's dead. Shit. I don't know how I beat him so easy the first time. It's like you mix my two least favorite things, underwater missions and bosses that spam the same thing. Orbs. Or orb. That should be the end of the mission. Once we're actually able to make it up here. Once the camera allows me to know where up here is. There we go. We're over halfway there. We're over halfway. I just need to not lose my way. And I'll be good. Ah, here we go. What's up? The blades. Oh boy. Also known as the cunts. Who made DMC1 underwater missions hell. I don't need to kill these dudes, but I'd like to just kill one. There we go. Now I'm satisfied. And I believe... Oh god, where do I go again? This way. Not that way. No. I think there's a hole in the floor I need to go down. Not that way. Come on. I'm trying to remember where I need to go here. By the way, Lucia, not drowning. There we go. And they're just... Oh no, this is wrong. I was about to say, they're just baffled at the idea of someone going down. They can't comprehend how to answer to this. Do I go up? Yes, that was it. I have to go up. Right. Okay. Ready to see another thing from Devil May Cry 1? This. This is back. And more annoying. Way more annoying. There we go. There we go. Because that's how water happens. Water just appears. There we go. Now the underwater shit is done. I think. No, there's a little bit more, never mind. Right here. Yep, we got slight reprieve from underwater. And we're right back into it. Let's get right into the water. Oh, kill me. I deserve to die for that. How many fragments is that? 2. Hopefully they don't bring all of them back, honestly. I really hope they don't. Because then Infinity War will have just seemed like it was useless. Because, I mean, as much as I don't want to see a lot of those characters dead, if they just bring them all back, then Infinity War will have been completely inconsequential. Like, here's what I'm thinking, right? This is my theory. I'm thinking that they're going to bring back the Avengers who died in Infinity War, but in trying to save them, Iron Man is going to die. Because Robert Downey Jr. has said that he's pretty much tired of playing Iron Man at this rate. And I think he's going to die trying to save Spider-Man, and that'll pretty much complete their character arc. So this will be a great way for him to go out. Saving Spider-Man, being a hero, and whatnot. After, you know, he's felt guilty about basically not being a hero, causing so many people's deaths, trying to save other people, or trying to create weapons of war for the sake of money. Yeah. I don't even think the reboot survived long enough to get out those lines. Now I think we're done with underwater. Yeah, I know. I'd love to continue to see him as Iron Man as well, but yeah, it's just that he said before, like, and you know, always remember he's been playing Iron Man since 2008, and as I'm sure he likes playing the character. I guess it's sort of the thing like with Harrison Ford and Han Solo. He winds up hating playing Han Solo because then people only know him as Han Solo. Like, I mean, for every one person that knows Robert Downey Jr. or Sherlock Holmes, 100 people know him as Iron Man. You know, that's a sort of thing for actors. They like people to know them as, you know, more than just one role. And this boss is back. Again, same as before, except he's red now, and enemies and lasers spawn. Oh, and he has a little bit more health, and a slightly different name. Well, remember, Wolverine's dead. So it wouldn't be Wolverine, but... You know, yeah, whatever's left of the... Well, the X-Men are dead, too. But they could do a prequel, you know, they could do a prequel. Or reboot X-Men, for that matter. Yeah. And, like, a very more well-known example, I guess, is, the guy who played, the main character of Lord of the Rings. That's all people know him as, and he's really trying hard to get people to know him as more than just that character. Because, I mean, well, I'm sure they appreciate people enjoying them as that character. They want to, you know, create multiple images of themselves. But then again, studios are the opposite way. They want to be like, this guy played this dude in this really huge movie, so you should come see our movie. I mean, hell, why the fuck do you think they cast Robert De Niro in really stupid comedy movies? It's because it's Robert De Niro. The guy from Goodfellas, the guy from Casino, the guy from Mean Streets, the legendary gangster actor. Frodo's best waifu, of course. Everybody's best waifu now, apparently. Everyone ever is best waifu. And same thing with Al Pacino. Why do you think Al Pacino was cast in, like, really shitty, bad comedy movies? It's because he's Scarface, he's Michael Corleone. There we go. Beat him with the usual strategy of walk up and hit. As well as lots of jumping. You know, the usual.
Did you find what you were looking for?
Yes. Now we can stop Arius' ambition.
Whatever.
But actually, I do not deserve this power.
Oh, now I'm trying to think of who would be a good live-action Dante.
Please.
Every single time I think of Brad Pitt, I know he's done more than just this, and I know he's a good actor, but I swear every single time I think of Brad Pitt, I think of him trying to speak Italian in Inglourious Bastards and just cringing. Arrivederci. Is it bad that I wound up liking Hans Landa way more than Aldo Raines in Inglourious Bastards just because Christoph Waltz is so amazing in that role and Brad Pitt just has the worst southern accent. Oh yeah, Ruben Langton could actually do it too. He's cosplayed as Dante before, he did the mocap. He pretty much is Dante. And he doesn't look unlike him.
For a defect, you show promise. But did you really think you could deceive me? Have you come back to me, Kai?
I'm Lucia.
Though Nero would be a little different, because Johnny Young Bosch did do the mocap and the
Don't call me
voice.
Kai.
And he pretty much is Nero, but he would not look like Nero. He'd be great for the stunts, though, considering he's an actual martial artist, but... I always laugh at that. You seek my death. Die! That is right up there with Castlevania Symphony of the Night shit. Where you have Simon, or Richter Belmont, severely underacting and Dracula severely overacting, and just really bad dialogue between the both of them. Die, monster! You don't belong in this world! It was not by my hand that I was something something something. I was called upon by humans who wish to pay me tribute. Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves. Perhaps the same could be said of all religions. Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you. What is a man? But a miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you. So bad, but so good. Fucking room of video games. Not to say anything about the gameplay or anything, just the cutscenes and the voice acting. And the overall writing. By the way, Arius seems to be having a hard time doing anything right now. Well, there we go. There's Arius. How? I completely wrecked your existence. Fucking Heihachi. Fake Russian Heihachi.
Kill me!
That man is going to bring me the Arcana shortly. You will live to see that.
Oh yeah, man, that was harder than Virgil Battle 3.
That's just a piece of crap.
Oh, Arcana.
Here's another 3 for you.
No!
Crap like that doesn't interest me. But your swan song will.
You cannot win. Someone is holding.
You missed with a single swing. You cannot win.
Forget about me. Kill Arius.
Don't worry. I've got you.
Oh yeah, I love Virgil Battle 2 as well. That's a great Virgil Battle, but I think that the best thing about Virgil Battle 3 is mainly the environment that they're fighting in. You know, it's these two brothers, human and demon, fighting at the verge between the two worlds. And what's at stake, too. You know, if Dante wins, or if Virgil wins, then hell is released upon the world, demons everywhere, mankind's basically fucked. And if Dante wins, then he saves mankind, but he also has to kill Virgil, who's the only family he has left. So it's kind of like a lose-lose situation for him. It's just that sort of the stakes that are there at that point that makes it so great.
Was activated because of me.
There's still time.
We have until the sun is completely eclipsed. But
Oh yeah, that's what made it so great.
to the building.
I mean, you have two super powerful half-demons.
Where there's a will, right?
So, I mean, it might as well be super over the top.
Mother,
Yes.
Mother, why did you make the frame rate drop?
Tied by blood. But our ties are bound by history
Oh yeah, it really was. Dante won, but he didn't win at the same time.
Everything I know, I have passed on to you. You are my daughter.
Thank you, Mother.
Mm-hmm. And for being the villain, his death scene was, or one of the antagonists of the game, his death scene was very, very sad. Leave me and go, if you don't want to be trapped in the demon world. I'm staying. This place was our father's home. And Virgil was even more obsessed with his father than Dante was, it would seem. Because that's another reason why he swept his hair back, both to differentiate himself from Dante, as well as the fact that that's how Sparta wore his hair. And swept back hair just usually indicates power, someone of power. Though Dante is much more casual, so that's why he has his, you know, just down, basically. I mean, just for a simple hairstyle, it signifies a lot of stuff. There's a lot of symbolism just behind a single hairstyle. And that was one of the best parts, was how much they made Virgil so different from Dante in pretty much every way. Right, but it's that Dante thought he was killing Virgil. Oh yeah, Virgil's definitely alive. I mean, he was in the DMC5 trailer. I don't know what role he's gonna play, but I hope I get to fight him one last time. Or what would be super cool is if Dante, Nero, and Virgil teamed up to face a returning Mundus. That would be fucking cool. Though then what role would V play in the game? The new character V. We'll have to see. But that would just be, you know, something I'd imagine. Just a neat fan fiction thing. And who knows, maybe V is Dante's son. Because of that line from Devil May Cry 1 where he goes, "Goodbye, and when you return, give my regards to your give my regards to my son." Or give your regards to my son. It was something like that. Something about giving someone's regards to Dante's son. Yes. That's why Virgil didn't kill Lady when he had the chance. He wanted some of that ass, and he didn't want to carve it off of her body. And that's why Dante is able to put bullet holes and sword wounds into Lady, but apparently they never show up in cutscenes. He goes really easy on her. It all makes sense. Alright, I'm just gonna say fuck these enemies. They're just spawning too much. The camera's like, oh no, you wanna fight him? I'm like, oh no, I fucking don't. Phantom here too. So yes, Phantom gets one last chance to kill me. One last chance. He's never succeeded, ever, but he gets one final chance to try and kill me. Oh, who knows? The what ifs. They should have gotten me to write the game. You know, 12-year-old me. Oh yeah, but that's you, Tristan. Phantom hasn't killed me yet, though. Hell, I think even the first time I played Devil May Cry 1, I beat him on my first go. Because he just has so many weak spots and so many ways to... so many ways to stun him and completely nullify his attacks. Actually, wait a minute. I think there's a blue orb over here. Yep, there is. Cool. I think one more blue orb and it'll start the second bar. Tristan, you need to stop using that as an excuse. I'm sure you were paying attention, but he just wrecked you. That happens. Yeah, exactly. The fact that you can, like, completely cancel his attacks is what makes him not that bad. And the last one is over here. Or no, not over here, not over here. That's not it. And I don't think it's over here either. Or over there. So it is over here. Never mind. I want Lucia to sit on my face, so I guess it's kind of the same. So I feel ya. I'll save up for a purple. After this mission, I should get one. So we're all submissives here, I assume. Yeah. That's me, man. I want all the DMC waifus to sit on my face. Mainly Lady, though, but I'd take Lucia. Because I love redheads. I could do some Virgil ASMR. Die. Scum. You're not worthy as my opponent. Trash. You're going down. This is the power of Sparta. Too easy. Oh yeah, the fucking Blitz. Ugh. Thankfully those only appear twice. You enjoy the Virgil ASMR? I've been working on it for a while. Come on. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, DMC4 did have some really good low-tier enemies. Like the Scarecrows, actually were kind of creepy. Scarecrows, the only problem was so many of them felt very samey. But one of the best parts about DMC4, I think, is that everything had a unique grab for Nero, and there was even a unique Devil Trigger grab. That was probably one of my favorite parts. Even for bosses, there was a unique grab, and there was a unique Devil Trigger grab. I loved that. Almost got him. Shit. Probably another Devil Trigger and we'll have him. And he's done. You blew your last chance, Phantom. Disappear. Yeah, I was about to say I do not remember that line, and I've played DMC3 like 7 times. Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Might controls everything. And without strength, you cannot protect anything, let alone yourself. Alright, now here comes a pretty annoying part. We have to kill enemies in a set amount of time. Though thankfully if you fail the first time, it'll give you an easier wave the next time. And believe me, this is pretty much the only thing in the game that I'll say, without any sarcasm, is actually kind of hard. I mean, I do the absolute best that I could, be as efficient as I possibly could, and the only times that I've made it, I've just barely made it. The first time I made it, I'm not even joking, by like 5 seconds. The second time, which was the playthrough, it was by like 20 seconds. I don't know why they chose to make this the only hard part of the game, but holy shit, it is tough. Senator Armstrong, god. Weirdest enemy, or like just weirdest villain in anything. Just so fucking random and out of nowhere. We all thought Sam was going to be the final boss, the perfect rival character in class, in ideologies, and everything. In, you know, motivation for fighting him. But no. Guy who showed up once is the final boss. Guy who showed up once and was talked about a little bit as the final boss. Guy whose catchphrase Donald Trump stole. Oh yeah, I'm waiting. He couldn't make it any worse, so he shouldn't have a hard time. Yeah. I'll just show all of them how to fight Senator Armstrong, and they'll just one of them will beat him blindfolded without taking any damage. I'll be the last line of defense against Senator Armstrong's tyranny. Just be like, yo fam, here's how you beat Senator Armstrong and make him easy. Alright, looks like I might fail this first time. Which is fine, because I know what happens if you do. It just gives you an easier wave the next time. But I'm not even joking, this is actually hard. Like, I've done it as Dante, but for some reason as Lucia, it's even harder. And you know, you'd think, oh, I'm almost out of time. This is probably the last wave of enemies. Nope. Here come more. You know, no, I'm gonna save my double trigger for the next wave. Or maybe I can get these guys just barely. Nope, not gonna happen. Gotta try again. Oh well. Oh yeah, I actually saw somebody who tried that too, beating the whole series without getting touched, and he took damage on the final boss of Dark Souls 3. I've never felt more sad for anyone in my life. I've watched ASPCA commercials and felt less down than I did when I saw some dude go through an entire series of very hard games, not get hit for 1 and 2, and then take damage near the end of the final boss of the last game. I mean, hell, the best challenge I could do in a game is going through, like, Maverick Hunter X without dying once. I don't know, I mean, if it's not too much harder than Neo, I could, but if it's, like, way harder than Neo, then I don't think I would. And, I mean, Neo was, like, the perfect Souls-like game for me because of how much customization it had. Like, even more so than Dark Souls. You know, with being able to choose your stances and whatnot, and just how many different sets you could make. And, like, with the cannon and gun and bow systems. I might do a playthrough of Neo sometime, possibly. Though, I mean, to start all over again, that would just feel horrible. Because, you know what level I am right now in Neo, I think? Like, level 160-something. I tried grinding so hard for the DLC, but I just gave up, because it was so slow. I don't know, maybe there's some super, omega, godlike, incredible, legendary grinding strategy for that game, but I don't know it. I wanted to play the DLC, but I was just too underleveled. I couldn't do it. I beat Date Masamune, but that's the farthest I've ever gone. I could not beat, what's her face? The final girl. The blonde chick. The character that people keep confusing for a Dark Souls character. Maria. I could not beat Maria. Alright, just this mission and then the final boss. We're getting there. By the way, we still have that gold orb from like 50 centuries ago. Oh, I don't know why I'm coming up here. I don't need to come up here. I keep doing that every time, even though I don't need to go up there. Yes, door, I'm not trying to go through. I do have friends at work, though, that are, like, obsessed with Dark Souls. Like, he'll try talking to me about Dark Souls, and I'm just like, I don't understand the spider language you were speaking to me. I don't understand what the dark watchdogs of the old, dark, legendary fire hell lords of the kings of the last chalice of the order is. God Hand? I mean, if it's on PS4, there's a chance. But that's the only way I'm streaming now, is straight from my PS4. Streaming from a computer? I don't have a single computer that could handle that. I got a laptop for school. It's a piece of garbage. It loads when it wants to. And a PC that stopped being useful years ago. Why is the first boss like really hard? I've faced hard first bosses before. Honestly, some of the hardest first bosses I've done were bosses in Mega Man games, considering, honestly, the first boss you face is always the hardest, because you don't have any upgrades. Except for Chill Penguin, because Chill Penguin is easy. Honestly, he's almost easier with the X-Buster than with the what's it called? The Fire Wave. Controversial? I'll look it up in a sec. Shit. Actually, real quick, I'll look it up now. Or tell me what the boss's name is, so that I'm not searching for forever. And so I know I have the right boss. Oh, okay. So it's one of those bosses. It's one of those cultural exploitation bosses. I getcha. For a minute when you said controversial, I was literally imagining the succubus from, like, Shin Megami Tensei. Like that kind of controversial. But I mean, that's Shin Megami Tensei. At this point, they could have a persona that's Samuel L. Jackson with John Cena's body and Dat Boy coming out of his dick hole, and people wouldn't think twice about it. Oh, okay. I like the idea of the Dante part. As far as David Hasselhoff, all I know is he has muscles, basically. Legit, the only time I've ever seen him was in the SpongeBob movie. Unless I've seen him somewhere else before, and just didn't know it. But then again, I mainly only watch gangster movies and horror movies, so if he hasn't been in one of those, I'm not sure. By the way, I don't know if I've ever said my favorite movies on this channel. From 3 to 1, Pulp Fiction, A Clockwork Orange, and Scarface 1983. Oh, cheesy. I like that. I mean, hell, I love the Spider-Man animated series, so I love cheese. Ah, that's good. Then again, the one thing I never liked about the Spider-Man animated series was those fucking puns. I thought that this guy was a myth. Well, it turns out I was myth-staken. Like, every single time he wanted to say that, I was just like, someone please, like, actually kill him now? Okay, here's this part. The part I had zero trouble with Dante, but for some reason I had so much trouble with is Lucia. Let's see if I get it this time. God damn it! Alright. Well, now you get to see what happens if you get hit by one of these. I don't know why that happens. It just curved to hit me. It wasn't actually gonna hit me. You know what? Fuck it. Next time I go through there, I'm saving up my double trigger here. Next time I go through there, I'm just gonna fly. I'm actually just gonna fly. I'll use up my devil trigger just to get away from that and not have this happen again. I'll also not care about any damage that I'm taking here since I know there's actually a blue orb, like a full blue orb coming up. Oh, okay. I've only seen Batman the Dark Knight out of all of those. Yeah, I like really, artsy movies, and like, what the fuck? They come up here too? Oh well shit, I'm glad I was lucky. Austin Powers and Logan, I've seen those. I enjoy those. I've only seen one Austin Powers movie though, and I definitely enjoyed it. And Logan was excellent. Logan was a perfect movie. I haven't seen Austin Powers since I was like 10. I know, 10, great age to be watching Austin Powers, but yeah. I'll make you horny, baby. I have the most cockney fucking accent. Because when I heard people refer to the actor and they said Mike Myers, I was like, oh, you're talking about Michael Myers from Halloween? I had no idea there was an actual actor named Mike Myers the whole time. Oh, by the way, here we go, boss fight. This camera is great. Boss fight just happens. No particular reason, boss just happens. I've actually never seen this cutscene because I accidentally skipped it.
You fool. Everyone is destined to die.
Okay. You like the Austin Powers voice? Alright, so the best thing here is just to build up Devil Trigger and then use it once all the heads combine again, because that's when you're going to wind up doing the most damage. Shit. God. Ooh, that's a interesting boss, to say the least. I'm interested in seeing said boss. Though the only difficult thing is, I don't think that I'd want to... I don't think that I would want to win against a dominatrix. That's probably what's going to be the hardest part of the boss. Like, the boss can have, you know, the easiest attacks in the world, but the hardest part about the boss is I don't think I'd want to win against said dominatrix. Oh man, I don't know if I'd make it past that point in the game. Ah, here we go. We can do damage again. Real damage. So yeah, once you really get this boss, it's not that hard. Shit. Now they start to get really annoying. Try to do a little damage here. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want to see something really, really good that's over the top, check out the show Sengoku Basara, or the games. It's great. I would recommend the dub, but even the sub is so great because Date Masamune's voice actor speaks so much English that it's amazing. And I mean, I've never been one to join in with the dub versus sub debate, because honestly, I don't even really think there needs to be a debate. It's all about preference, and both are good. But I've always preferred watching the dub, so that's all I've seen. But I'm sure the sub is fine. But that's all I've seen from the sub, is that Date Masamune's voice actor's English man. Oh, it's great. You'd love it. It's like Japanese history, but really done in like a really over-exaggerated way. Like, for instance, you have a samurai lord like Date Masamune who wields 6 swords instead of his historical like 1 or 2. Or like Sanada Yukimura who has 2 spears instead of 1, and they like fly through the skies and have giant explosions and everything. It's awesome. Imagine DBZ, but like Japanese history characters. It's like that. Oh yeah, it's really great. You can actually go on Funimation's website and get their free trial and check it out there if you want to watch it. Or you could just go on Kiss Anime. Both of those work.
You defeated Arius. There's just one thing left. Kill me and everything will be over.
Oh yeah, definitely sub is best on Attack on Titan. And the dub is amazing in Death Note.
The ones who have the blood of the devils. But the truth is, I was created by Arius. I could become a monster and attack the humans at any time. Now, kill me. It's your job to hunt devils.
Oh yeah. Each one has to hunt the other down without knowing the other's name or face, and the first person whose identity is revealed shall die. Humans are so much fun.
What? The ritual was incomplete. But the door to the demon world is... Wait. What are you doing?
My job is hunting devils.
Once you enter the demon world to return, I'll go. I'm expendable. You don't need to worry about me. I'm happy if I can die like a human.
No. Devils never cry.
But...
Let's leave it to fate. Heads, I go. Tails, you go. See you around.
Don't you want to hear the story about Sparta from my tea?
I know. He did the same thing. Hold on to my coin, Lucia.
Dante.
Thank you.
Arius?
Yeah, I know I have a lot to practice with when it comes to gruff voices.
It seems
I think I'm much better with, like, stoic, soft voices. Alright, do we have enough for anything? We have enough for a blue orb. Might as well. Alright. So this boss is fairly easy, though this is only the first of two forms. And the second form's a little irritating. So let's build up DT real quick. And he seems to not be doing anything. There we go. So what you're going to want to do is knife him from afar, obviously, get him to run at you, and then attack him when he stops, and don't get hit. Unlike me. Shit. But yeah, that's basically the strategy. Do most of what I just did. Oh good, now he's down. There we go, yeah, do that. Do exactly that. That's how you do it. That's how you fight Arius. That's how you fight Heihachi. This is Heihachi's rage art from Tekken 7, by the way. Totally. This is his ultimate form. Ah, here we go. Devil Trigger time. See how much damage we can do. Okay, now move. Alright. Yeah, exactly. They should have given him a different boss rather than that stupid Vante shit. As much as DMC3 is without a doubt a better game than this, I did not like what they did with Virgil's campaign. I mean, Virgil even starts in Dante's Devil May Cry shop. Like, there's no reason for him to be there. Why is he there? He should start in the Timina Gru. Or hell, if anything, make his campaign basically start after he fell in, after your second boss fight with him, and then show him getting to Arkham during Dante's fight with him, and then have Dante be the final boss. Oh yeah, that'd be great. And then have Bayonetta make a cameo for some fan service, basically. Shit. You trying to make it where I can't do anything, Arius? You for real, fam? You for reeling with me? Alright. Arius Form 1, very easy.
You are not human. You are just a monster. A monster that I created.
Dante told me. Devils never cry.
The most awkward use of that phrase ever. Yep. So here we go. So I did die here. This is the only time I died during the entirety of Lucia's campaign on my first playthrough. Let's see if I die here again, or if I make it through without dying. And it's pretty much still the usual tactic. Shoot, then devil trigger shoot, then devil trigger shoot. Oh, he wants to be a Resident Evil boss so bad. That's why Arius is evil. He's a guy trying to turn Devil May Cry into Resident Evil. Yeah, it's just like with Resident Evil with the knives. Also, this is a much different Argo Sax than Dante's campaign. You are not Argosax, are you? Who knows? I'm not even sure myself. Regardless, you have proven yourself to be weak. I acknowledge that you are shit. Take this ass whooping and go forth. You have my blessing. And that is Devil May Cry 2.
Worry, my dear. I am sure that he will return. Everything is just as it was with Sparta.
Yeah, exactly. RE5 with the boulder punching shit. And all the overly exaggerated set pieces.
Oh my.
Oh my.
What is it, my dear?
Both sides are heads.
Heads, I go. Tails, you go.
It tricked me. That macho.
DMC3 Dante is always going to be the best Dante. And that is the credits. And that is Devil May Cry 2 now fully completed. So now I have beaten everything Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 1, Devil May Cry 2, Dante and Lucia, Devil May Cry 3, Devil May Cry 4, and the reboot, but fuck the reboot. So yeah. Let's just go ahead and, I guess, skip the credits. Just so we can get to the final scene, because I actually have dinner sitting right here, so I want to go ahead and eat that. No problem, Elizabeth. I enjoy Devil May Cry, aside from this one, but, you know. 1, 3, and 4, I love them.
I know. He did the same thing.
But Sparta did come back.
Cliffhanger. They were setting up a cliffhanger for 5 all the way back in 2003. I think I will do that. When I, once the release date for Devil May Cry 5 is basically coming up, then yeah, I'll do some, I'll do some, like, Bloody Palace streams or something like that to practice. That's probably the best way to practice. And those are the final rankings. All B's except for 3 C's. And that's it. Oh yeah, I will, yeah. Yeah, I'll do some Bloody Palace of 4 around the time that DMC 5 is about to come out. I think I'm already good with DMC 4's combat and combos, but I'd like to get a lot better in preparation for 5, just so I have zero trouble with anything in 5, basically. So that is Devil May Cry 2. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. Elizabeth, Adam, Teseo, Tristan, Zach for like 2 minutes. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in. And please stay tuned for future playthroughs. What those may be, not entirely sure yet, but we will see. And any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe if you like it, and dislike it if you dislike it. This is Kid Fox, and I am out. Everyone, have a great day.